Yeah, you know what it is. Choke, no joke. Eat a wall. Rest in peace, Fuego. Don't ask me why. We here now. Let's go. Born in the Bronx, raised in Eden Wall. Place where I saw soldiers fall. Let's go.
Choke, no joke, chiggy choke, no joke. Choke, no joke, chiggy choke, no joke. You know what it is. Keep on hating. You know what it is. Shout out to my girl Ramona, man. You know, it was a time where, you know, people used to support and send cash apps or super chats, you know. And I see it goes on sometimes for other channels, but Ramona is one of my loyal supporters, and I just want to thank you so much for just being a person that supports me in that type of way when many people don't, you know, they just watch and they don't support. I mean, I appreciate the likes, you know, if you can't support financially, can you put bare minimum, hit the subscribe button? Like, I should have 1 million subscribers by now. I see so many people watching, I get so many views, but when I go and look at in my dashboard, I see many of y'all in the chat, I see y'all names, but I don't see y'all as subscribers. So can y'all support me, bare minimum, by at least subscribing to the channel? Please, thank you. Now, for this one, I'm gonna get a little deep, right? It ain't gonna be too many jokes in this one. This one here is like real talk for a second, right? I've been in this entertainment business for 30 years now, right? And I have trauma. The entertainment business has traumatized me, right? And I want to discuss this trauma with you all that I suffered from being in the entertainment industry. And I'm sure that I'm not the only person who has suffered from this trauma, but I don't want to hold it in any longer, right? Now, I will admit that you industry people had made me suffer in my career because I wouldn't submit to homosexuality as many of y'all had did. And it has really affected me mentally for an extended period of my life because I've watched most of my peers prosper because they have succumbed to it, right? I see many artists, actors, musicians, people who work behind the scenes that I know succumb to homosexuality to advance because I've seen them when they came in the game and how their mannerisms changed, right? I've seen many of people distance themselves from me that I've done nothing to them, right? I've done nothing to them, right? And a lot of them I've contributed to their success by video marketing, promotions, putting them on TV shows that I produced and directed, putting them on DVDs, VHS, public access, you know, getting them jobs, introducing them to people. I could go on for days, right? Letting them intern for me, whatever it may be. Plenty of them, right? And I've seen people like the Charlemagnes, right? Who was cool with me when I was putting him on BET, when I was producing BET now, right? This is before he got on the Breakfast Club, or they came up with the Breakfast Club, which is also a name that they took from me, and I got it from the movie. But when Charlemagne was hanging around me, when I was producing at BET, I had a hashtag when Twitter was the thing before Instagram. For everybody that used to get up in the morning and be on Twitter, you had Angela Yee was on XM Radio Sirius, but she used to be up early. Freeway at the time, he had Team Early. That was his hashtag. My hashtag was the Breakfast Club, right? So when they created the Breakfast Club, right, which it didn't have a title, they took my hashtag name and used that and came up with the title. And you can ask any of them where they get the name The Breakfast Club from, and they didn't get it from the movie. They got it from the hashtag that I made popular, right? And but that's a whole other story. Will they admit to it? Possibly not, right? But if you go deep back into the history on Twitter, you'll see that I had the hashtag The Breakfast Club before the show, in case they want to lie, right? Now, getting back to the Breakfast Club, right? I was there when it was when they was conceptualizing it, the show, when they were putting Envy, Angela Yee, and Charlemagne together, right? Like I told you, I used to put Charlemagne on BET Now, right? When I was doing stuff like the nominees at the BET Hip Hop Awards or the BET Awards. And I still have these shows, and I will show them to show that in case they try to lie or he tried to lie, right? At the time, Alicia Renee was my host, right? Now, I don't put Charlemagne on TV buku times, right? Which helped him stay relevant because Wendy Williams had dropped him, right? Charlemagne never put me on any of his MTV shows that he got after the Breakfast Club was somewhat successful, right? He didn't even put me on the Breakfast Club. Like, I kept saying, yo, bring me up to the Breakfast Club, bring me up to the Breakfast Club. Oh man, you know you gotta talk to Angela Yee and nigga stop. But being that Yee and Envy was cool with me, I went to them like, yo, when y'all gonna let me come up to the Breakfast Club? You know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to put out my tunnel documentary. Oh, Choke, you could come. Oh, Choke, you could come. No fight back. Charlemagne was giving me fight back. Why? Because he was over hanging out up at Rock Nation, topping Jay off, right? So you know Jay ain't fond of me because I'm out here telling the truth about him, right? So I wound up eventually doing the Breakfast Club, right? But before we got to that point, the first day Charlemagne got the job at the Breakfast Club, right? And this is how I know it takes a lot of people succumbing to homosexuality to advance in the career, right? I'm in the studio with Charlemagne, and I told this story before, right? We're in there, Charlemagne's phone goes off. He get a text. The nigga eyes turn big as saucers. He turn and look at me like, yo, Choke. And I'm like, what? He like, yo. He grabs his phone and he like, yo, look. And I read it, and it says, the text says, yo, I can't wait to suck your stick. But they said the word with the D and ends with a K. right? So I'm looking, I'm like, yo, hey, yo, like what? Who's that? And I asked him, I'm like, yo, who sent you that? He like, yo, my boss. I swear on my dead father, I will not lie to you, to everything under the sun, right? He showed me the text. It says, I read it with my own eyes, right? I can't wait to suck your stick. But they said the D and the K word, right? So I'm looking like, oh, nigga, you got a lawsuit, a sexual harassment suit your first day of the job, right? Here we are 15 years later, right? Charlemagne is still up there, right? Now, when he showed me this, he was spooked, right? And like I said, when he showed me the text, I asked him, yo, who sent you that? And he said it was his boss, and his boss was a man at the time, right? Then for years after that, I started seeing him doing the gayest things on the show. To this day, where you can see that his sexuality is questionable by many, right? Like when Dame Dash was saying that he was allegedly gay, like that white comedian that was up there, that he gave no pushback to when that white man said, don't act like you ain't throw your leg over the fence or you ain't suck some wee in the industry. I'm paraphrasing, but he insinuated that Charlemagne was gay too, right? Charlemagne give the white dude no pushback like he did Dame. He just chuckled it off. Right? Then y'all remember the time where Charlemagne would have the little gay dolls? I mean, well, I ain't gonna call them gay dolls, but he used to have the two men dolls and he would position them in the 69 position or they be bonked over. Like he would use the dolls in the black background of him, and every few days he would change the position of the dolls, right? Now there's a man that's married to a woman. DJ Envy's up there, he's married to a woman and they got kids, but in this entertainment industry, I know plenty of men that are married and have kids that mess with men. No names mentioned right now, right? Y'all know plenty of these men that are married to women and have kids and are bisexual, gay, whatever you want to talk, however you want to describe them, right? Then y'all also remember he would have the gay rainbow flag up in the background too, right? And this is supposed to be a heterosexual man or husband, as well as DJ Envy, but on the show they so pro-gay, right? Why would two married men and a heterosexual female be promoting this gay lifestyle so hard to the point where they got dolls in gay positions. They got the gay flag, the rainbow flag up there, right? And then even more recently, a couple of months ago, they had the whole gay strip, the gay strip going around the whole studio, the rainbow flag going around the new studio. Y'all remember that? Until I said something about it and then they took it down. And this is no attack on the gay community at all. What I'm telling you is how me personally, I was pressed by executive producers over when I was at BET and other people within the industry, you know, co-workers that tried me to get me to succumb to it just so that I could be accepted into a crowd so I can advance in my career, which I never done. I'm good with how I'm living and where I'm at in my career, but because mentally I'm still sane, right? Now, once again, I don't have a problem with anyone that is gay at all, but it is very traumatic and I've been traumatized to know that I haven't reached my full potential because I haven't succumbed to it, right? It's times that I wanted to break industry people's faces for trying to convert me just so I can be amongst the elite, but somehow that became a crime. That's a hate crime, right? These people could make advances at you and know that that's not your lifestyle, even though they project that they're straight in the public eye, but behind the scenes, they are all living this alternative lifestyle and trying to get you to succumb to it. And if you get violent, then it's a hate crime and you could go to jail, right? So I want you all to know, when you hear people out here saying that your favorite rapper is queer, I'm here to tell you that there's some truth to it. Even if they have wife and kids, right? It's this dude out here now, I can't think of his name. He going hard with it. And he naming people that I'm not going to name. But some of the people that he's naming, I know that to be true because I know women in the entertainment business that I used to hang out with that told me how they would play with dildos and some of these rappers culo, right? And the women are studs or whatever you want to call them themselves, but they all play together because they all hold each other's secrets, but they all are in this club where they can constantly get work and stuff because they all are part of this club that where there's a bunch of weird activity going on, and you kind of seen that play out in the Diddy trial, right? So it's an industry standard that you have to play with these people, and that goes for male and females. I know women who have been in this industry, right? And have told me stories about Love and Hip Hop executives who tried to get them to be a part of the show. And when they went and let them women touch on them women, that they would be done on the show. And if you look at the lesbian gay element of the storylines on Love and Hip Hop, there should be no question in your mind that what I'm telling you is true, right? So please know, because a person is married and have kids, it doesn't mean anything, because there are women out here that love gay and bisexual men just as much as you guys or us guys like bisexual women. Like, you seeing two women together, it's sexy to you. And there's women out here that like to see two men together, that's sexy to them. There are women out here that date transgenders and have sex with transgenders. I know a girl that's a R&B singer, I ain't gonna say her name, but she told me how she dated a transgender man before, was in a relationship with him, even though he dressed up as a woman, right? She knew that he was a man, but she was still in a full-blown relationship with him, which I still can't understand to this day, because are you a lesbian because you are looking at a man that think he's a woman, but you sleeping with him because he got a ding ding, instead of just going to be with a woman, right? But I just learned to accept her friendship and not really question her mind. But yeah, that to this day, I still don't get that, right? But there are women who enjoy being tops to men, and there are men who like women to be dominating on them. So some of these guys that y'all see that's flagrantly feminine, they may be with women that like to have sex with men. So when you look at them and you say, oh, man, that nigga, he married to so-and-so. Well, so-and-so may be into strapping on and bunking men. Yeah. Yeah, just fellas. Just like you like to have threesome with two women, there are women that are into strapping on and having sex with men and getting something out of it. And y'all be hearing these stories, but a lot of y'all are such fans of these people that y'all think that there's no truth to it. But it is. It's just frowned upon, but it is a lifestyle that many of your favorite celebrities live. There are many celebrities that join this cult for success, and most of y'all call it Illuminati, but it's more like the booty nami. Let me be serious. But it is more like the booty naughty. You know what I'm saying? But y'all call it Illuminati. It just as well as that there's the Satanic cult, which is blood sacrifices and the worship of evil spirits, which is unbelievable to many of y'all. But I know people who witnessed it and have participated in it until they couldn't. Because spiritually and mentally it did something to them and they just couldn't go through it. And have done ritualistic things and had sex with very famous people. And I know that they are not lying about it because I know these people, right? But these are the things that I couldn't be a part of. And I feel it's for the weak or the desperate for success. And some of these people would do anything for it or for success or to be amongst the elite or to be the ones to be able to hang out with the it crowd or whatever. Whether they got to snort coke, snort cock, or whatever you want to call it. They're going to do it because a lot of people don't have integrity when it comes to being a fan or wanting to be successful. Now, I can name many people that I know that have taken part in this, but at this point, I don't feel the need to name anyone who succumbed to this lifestyle for success because most of you are fans of these people and know that what I'm saying is true, right? But just for the fact that you fans of these people, you wouldn't want to believe it to be true. But know that they are exactly who they are and that what I'm saying is true. So, although it has traumatized me for many years and saddened me that I didn't reach my full potential because I didn't do anything to compromise myself for them to have me in that vault or them boxes with everyone that they have on tape to keep their culos in line. Yeah, because know that they sit there and they record a lot of these acts. So when these people get out of line, They pull out that box and say, boom, you want to go ahead and talk? This is why y'all will never get the truth. Because most of the people that in the industry that live this lifestyle, they know they got video of them. So they not going to say nothing to get exposed. So I stay and remain sane with full confidence that I may not have been able to reach the heights that I set my eyes on. But I know it's not because I didn't try. It's because I have integrity, right? As well as many others. Like the people that you seen that was popping and was taking off in the industry, and then you be like, yo, what happened to so-and-so? They fell off. No, they didn't fall off. They just said no. And that was the end of their career. That's why you see people, remember when Nori used to tell you, oh, it's two doors. It's the gay door and it's the satanic door. And when I went and go through those doors, I never went platinum again, right? But for some reason, you see he don't tell that story no more, right? Fat Joe used to tell you it was a gay mafia, right? You don't see him talking that story no more when he came around again and was able to get success for some other reason that is unbeknownst to me, that he's all over the place for whatever reason. Some of these people get a second chance to come to these doors. And they know the first time what happened to them when they didn't accept their offer. So the second time, when they look at their peers and see the ones that they know did it and see how they prospering and getting all these gigs and this, that, and other, sometimes when they get a second chance or a second win and they started a new career and they get popular again and then they get to them doors again, you figure it out. But I'm going to leave y'all with this. To all of y'all out there that know what I'm saying is right, I want you to know that you aren't better than me. You just a broken spirited person for success. And be happy that you aren't one of those ones, or one of the many, I should say, that committed suicide either because they couldn't live with the lie, so they killed themselves because they were a part of this whole thing, or they was about to get outed because they decided they didn't no longer want to be a part of it, or they didn't want to sleep with somebody, so, or they couldn't face their family, so they took their lives. No names mentioned. I'm sure y'all got some ideas of who some of these people are, right? And lastly, to the ones who are mad at me and mad at the people who are now getting hip to the truth and your secrets are coming out on shows like Tasha K, don't be upset about it, because you enjoyed the success and the money while people like myself live with the trauma, knowing that the only reason that we didn't make it is because we didn't do the things that a lot of y'all are doing. But God bless all y'all out there who said no, who didn't sacrifice your integrity, right? God bless you, man. And a lot of y'all suffered, y'all careers suffered, just like mine's. And to all y'all out there that's coming up in the industry, y'all gonna come to find out that this is true too, right? But know one thing, God is real, and the devil is too. Choke No Joke, I hope you continue to support me. I would highly appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel, right? Because as y'all can see, I do millions of views all over YouTube when I go and sit down with all these different shows, right? Whether it's Piers Morgan, I go in there and do 3 million views, or any of these other shows where I do millions of views, hundreds of thousands of views, but I can never get those views on my own channel. And why do you think that? Because they could call up to YouTube, because there's people that is part of those circles and part of that cult that work up in that building, that went from other places and came over here to control the space, right? So please support me by subscribing. Please support me by sharing videos like this to educate those coming behind us, right? And if you got somebody that's been in the entertainment industry as long as I have, share this video with them and say, yo, is Choke lying? Because you're going to have some of them, if they close to you and could trust you that you're not going to say nothing, they'll tell you the truth. But like I said, remember, God is real. And so is Lucifer. And everybody don't support God or Jesus Christ or Allah. There's many of them who support Lucifer, right? Choke No Joke, you already know. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at Real Choke No Joke. Choke No Joke Official on TikTok. Choke_no_joke on X. And Choke No Joke at Gmail if you ever feel the need to reach out. All right? I appreciate your support. Thank you again, man. One.
Yeah. Jack Brown. You know what it is. Keep on hating. You know what it is. Never did I think hip-hop go this far. Never did I think I see Diddy behind bars or kills. Penitentiary scars. The man act. Is it going too far back? Y'all industry rats. Y'all whack.